Hello, Paula.
Hi.
Welcome to Comic Con.
Thank you.
Okay. I want to ask you a few questions, book related, and I want to start with some authors choose a character or maybe an idea of an ending to start the book. How do you start a book?
I always start with a character.
With always a character. Okay.
Yeah, so I usually have someone that I've been thinking about for a long time. So for The Girl on the Train, it was Rachel. In the book that I've just written, A Slow Fire Burning, it was a young woman called Laura. So I have the character in my head, and then I live with them for ages, I think about them for ages, and then I start to, usually I need another idea to go with it, like a location or a concept, and then I put the two things together, and then I start to build a story around that. So that's how it works for me.
Okay. And, Rachel Watson, Jules Habit, and Laura Kilbride, it's my favorite, by the way. How do you select these names?
Oh, the names. I mean, I'm not... There isn't like a science to it. I just pull them out of the air. Sometimes I'll get like a name from a book that's on my shelf. So I think, for example, there's a Meyerson in this novel, and it's probably because I had a Julie Meyerson novel on my. So I just steal somebody's name from somewhere and then just
connection.
See.
Okay, now I can see the connection.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Okay, and in this new book, A Slow Fire Burning, how can I put this question? I read the book as a puzzle book for me. I was like a detective, putting like a red wire between the pieces of information. Yeah. And is this something that you saw it coming, like, oh, people are gonna read this book and think, oh, it's a puzzle book, or do you think it depends on the perspective of a reader?
I think to some degree it always depends on the reader, but I like that you saw it that way, because I do like to draw the reader in almost so they feel like that it's up to them to figure this all out. It's up to them to solve the mystery in a way. Because in my books, the police never do their jobs properly. And so it's always a little bit left up to the reader to try and figure out how all the pieces fit together. But I mean, not all readers will see it that way. But I think for me, that's very, I'm glad to hear that. That's gratifying.
And you have, correct me if I'm wrong, you have the idea for this book in a walk where you saw houseboats. Correct?
Yeah. That's right. So in my flat in London is near the Regent's Canal, which is where the book is set. And so I go for walks along there, and there's all these little houseboats along the river, the canal, sorry. And, because I'm a crime writer, my mind works in a certain way, and you see these boats, and some of them are very beautiful, and they've got solar panels and expensive bicycles on top and everything, but some of them look kind of abandoned, and they're like sinking into the water a bit. And I just started thinking, well, there could be anything inside there, and you wouldn't know. There could be a body in there. And that's how I sort of start. That's how that idea came. So then I thought, okay, I've got this character and I've got this boat, and let's put them together and see what happens.
Did you have a recent walk or maybe commute, like in The Girl on the Train, or other activity that will probably be an inspiration for a future book?
I think
something tickling your mind.
Yeah, when I travel, I often get ideas, and walking is a time where I often get ideas, and I am often looking for settings where you might be able to get away with a murder, because it's quite difficult now, you know?
With there's all this technology, CCTV, you cannot kill anyone. Maybe someone will film you.
Exactly. It's very hard to kill people now.
Yeah. It's so hard for criminals.
You've always got to be thinking of places where you might be able to get away with it.
Yeah. Now I have a question that you used a pen name, Amy Silver.
Yes, I did. Yeah. That's right.
Did you use any kind of Amy Silver inspiration for any character of these darker books? Maybe for a character, a piece of dialogue or a paragraph, anything. Maybe you'll think, oh, let's bring Amy Silver to this one. in a way? I know it's a romantic
That's a
comedy
very
fiction.
interesting question. I don't
Did you?
think I'm not sure that I have actually. These books are very different to the Amy Silver
Very
ones.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, but that's interesting because probably somewhere in the back of my mind that's been working, but not consciously anyway.
Okay. Let's hope for a little bit. And this pen name you use while writing romantic comedy fiction, then of course you embrace the psychological thrillers.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself dwelling in a different genre in the future? Maybe a grim dystopia. I would like to see, let me be honest, I would like to see a dystopia from you.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I haven't really thought of going into a different genre.
Oh wow. So we have a club right
Something
now.
loud.
Let's embrace the sound. Let's embrace the sound.
We'll start dancing a bit. But I think I would never say never. I don't have any ideas at the moment.
Okay.
I think you very much have to be driven by your idea. What's going on?
I'm so sorry.
Hey,
We'll
it's
probably
Comic
end in a
Con.
bit.
This is what happens.
Yeah, it's a Comic Con.
It's an alien invasion or something. Who knows?
Okay. And another book that you wrote, The Money Goddess.
Oh God, yeah.
16 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
But it's a book that helps women dealing with financial matters.
Yeah.
Do you think the book can still be a good help for women? Do you think it's a little bit outdated, maybe?
I would definitely not read that book or take any advice written in that book.
No?
I mean, well, there might be a little bit, but
Okay.
it was a long time ago, as you said, the world is quite different to the world that I wrote it in. So I think there was a serious point about that book in that a lot of women tend to focus less on financial matters within the family and they leave it all to their husband.
Okay.
A lot of the time. And then what happens is maybe their husband leaves them or passes away or something bad happens and they find that they're stuck and they don't know, how to run everything and they don't know where the money is and that. So there was a legitimate point for that book. But I do think that the advice is a bit outdated now. But I think I still maintain that, women should be in control of their finances. Financial independence is very important, I believe.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
That's me on my soapbox.
I read the book recently. I have to. It's true that I read the book recently. I was curious about because it tickles my mind. Like, maybe this could be a good book nowadays. I was like, okay, there's a few things that I can pick from this.
Good.
Maybe a good, But yeah, I kind of feel like it needs more of maybe finance journalist Paula again to bring another
it needs to be
ideas.
updated maybe.
Yeah. And I like to ask this question to any author that I met. Do you have any peculiar writing habits? I ask this because I once worked at a hotel where an author frequently checked in only to write in a room naked.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you going to tell us which author it was?
Oh no, it's an Australian one.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, now I'm gonna try and guess.
They're a wild.
Yeah,
person.
sure.
Yeah, but that's the only requirement. I want to be naked in the room, so please don't bother unless I ask to. And it's with a typewriter and naked in a balcony. It's weird because it's a balcony.
That is weird.
Yeah, but
Writers are strange people. I do not do that. I think I'm very boring. I don't have any weird things that I do. I've written for years and years because I was a journalist and you can't go to the office naked when you're a journalist. So I'm used to just, sitting at my desk and getting on with it.
You could get arrested for that.
You could get arrested for that. It's frowned upon,
Maybe a weird sound that you need to, make a white noise machine, something.
I like silence.
Oh, yeah,
I like to write when it's quiet. So I have a lot of arguments with my partner because he likes to play music all the time. So there's a bit of a tension there. But yeah, usually I like silence. I like to be alone. I like to sit at my desk and just go into a different world. Okay. That's how it works for me.
And do you have any manuscript that will most likely never see the light of day?
Before I wrote A Slow Fire Burning, I started a different book. And there are some ideas in it that I still like, but I couldn't somehow I just couldn't make it work, so I abandoned it. But it's not finished. But maybe one day I'll go back to it. Maybe not. I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, I'm sure I have lots of things that I wrote when I was younger that will definitely never see the light of day. But I think they're lost now anyway, so who knows?
Okay. What are you reading at the moment?
I'm actually reading a novel that's set in Lisbon.
Oh, really?
It's a Portuguese writer, but she lives in London now. She's been living in London for a long time, and I'm going to forget her name. The book is called The Colour of Death. It's a thriller. I think it's Patricia Marquez, maybe.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's very, very good.
Maybe a lack.
It's very, very good, and it's kind of, because it's like a mashup of thriller, but there's also like slight sci-fi-ish, speculative element. So there's people who have like special gifts, special powers.
Okay.
It's very good.
I will check on
Yeah,
that.
I think you'll like it.
And
it's set here, and the first murder happens in the train station, just at the Oriente train station.
Oh, Orient. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you're very, very close by.
Yeah, exactly.
Very close by. And do you have any recommendations on books or authors that we definitely should keep an eye on?
Okay.
At the moment.
I always like forget what I've just read. One of my favorite books this year was called The Old Woman with the Knife.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, did you read it?
It's so good.
A South Korean writer called Gu Byung-mo and you must remember this, girls, about an aging assassin. It's brilliant. I loved it. It's really funny, really dark.
Yeah.
It's perfect for me.
I love the funny elements in a thriller book. I love that. For me it kind of completes everything because I think everything is so dark and maybe a cynical humor or grim, something like that.
Yeah,
and
I agree
I
with
love
you.
that. I really, really love that. So Paula, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was a little chat for everyone, and you have other panels today too.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you to just sign this poster because
Okay.
everyone in this live stage signed it.
Great. Thank you. I'll go down here. There you go.
There he is.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much, Paula. Okay.
Thank you. That was great.